People, if they don't know how to be grateful, they will not have good results. Why do you say that? Let's listen to a story. Back then, there was a farmer named Li Yong who had a good relationship after getting married with his wife. But unexpectedly, after 3 years, his wife died of illness, leaving him alone. From then on, Li Yong drank to drown his sorrows every day and had no intention of taking care of the dealer. The fields at home are gradually abandoned and the food is about to be eaten up. There is nothing we can do. Li Yong had no choice but to go to the town and bought a bag of coarse grains with the only little money. On the way home, he was tired and thirsty and saw a small courtyard. Li Yong went up to knock on the door, hoping to ask for a drink. The door opened. It was a kind old woman. Seeing that the woman looked embarrassed, she hurriedly took her into the house and said lovingly, "Young man, look. You are exhausted, sit down and take a rest and have a drink of water." Li Yong drank water, calmed down outside, looked inside the house and said, "Auntie, your house is so clean, are you the only one at home?" The old woman smiled and replied, "Yes, my wife left early, and the children were all in other places, and I, the only one, was left." Li Yong said, "Busy. Aunt, I'm the same as you. Now alone and helpless." The old lady listened. Looking at her in contact, she said, "Since that's the case, if you don't dislike it, just stay with me to help me do some farm work. We can be a companion to each other. It's better than you alone." Li Yong thought. This old lady's house is quite spacious. Conditions look good too. If you stay here, Wen Bao is definitely not a problem. So he agreed. Since then, Li Yong lived in the old lady's house. He gets up early every day. Keep your home and outside in a relish. The old lady is very satisfied with her. The two get along like mother and son. Life is getting angry. More than a year of special talk. One day, the old lady said to Li Yong, "I'm going out to do something. It may take a few days to come back. I'll leave your home to you." Li Yong held on with all his mouth. After the old lady left, Li Yong was cleaning up the house. I saw a package the old lady put in the cabinet. She opened curiously. I found that there were a lot of gold, silver, and treasures hidden inside. Li Yong's heartbeat suddenly accelerated. A greed arises in my heart. If you can take these for yourself, you can live a good life by yourself. No need to be here every day. Get up early and work late. Thought about it. Still put the package back intact. After the old lady comes back, seeing that everything is fine at home, say to Li Yong with relief, "Child, I know. You saw what was in my cabinet. You didn't move. You are a kind and upright boy." Li Yong felt. The old lady deliberately tests herself. I feel very ignorant. From now on, work is no longer as thoughtful as before. Have a lot of worries all day. The old lady said in her eyes. Don't think randomly, kids. As long as you do it well, I will not treat you badly in the second half of my life. But Li Yong is still half-hearted. A while later, the old lady said to Li Yong, "Child, I asked someone to find you a good career in the city. You go there and do it well. Surely something to do." Li Yong asked in surprise. "How did you do it?" The old lady just said with a smile. "You just leave it alone. You just go." Li Yong came to the city half-heartedly. I found that there was really a shop waiting for him to come. He was full out. After returning to your residence, the old lady was already in the room, and Li Yong couldn't help asking, "Auntie, why did you come so quickly? What's going on?" The old lady sighed and said, "Child, I am a fox fairy who has been practicing in the mountains for many years. Seeing that you have a pitiful life experience and want to help you, you and I have a destiny. Don't let me down." After hearing this, Li Yong was fearless in his heart, but he still said that he would do his best. However, as the store business became better and better, Li Yong's mentality gradually changed. He felt that he was tired of this every day, and helped the old lady manage the industry, all of which should belong to him. One day, he learned that the old lady had a distant nephew who was coming to help manage the business. He was instantly panicked and thought, "This is not possible, the industry I worked hard to manage every day. This nephew is here, and this big industry will become a nephew in the future." The more he thought about it, the more anxious he became. Li Yong simply waited until evening. While the old lady's nephew was sleeping, he sneaked into the room and killed his nephew with a knife. When he was preparing to return to the Fade Festival, he turned around and found that the old lady was standing behind her. The old lady's eyes were filled with grief and anger. The old lady said, "Li Yong, you ungrateful beast, I treat you as half of your parent child. But you killed my relatives for your own selfish desires. I give you everything you have, and now I want to take it back." After saying that, the old lady waved her lightly and showed off. The shop disappeared. Li Yong found that she had returned to the dilapidated hut, with only the bag of coarse grains left by her side. Since then, Li Yong has lived in poverty again, two down. The people in the village also knew his viciousness, and no one was willing to help him anymore, so he could only wander around and pray. Friends, in life, kindness and gratitude are the foundation of being a human being. You must not be blinded by greed and selfish desires, and do ungrateful things with your eyes. Because of the rotation of fate, no one who does evil will be let go. Are you right? Thank you for listening and wish you good health and all the best.